You're watching Talking Points, a focus on the political scene in Lubbock and across the South Plains.
Welcome back. Here's a look at some of the political headlines of the past week. Governor Abbott appointing 3 new members to Texas Tech's Board of Regents. Arcelia Acosta on the left is president and CEO of Garcon Industries and Construction. Cody Campbell's a former Tech football player and co-founder and CEO of Double Eagle Energy Holdings and Double Eagle Development, and is also on the board of directors of the Texas Public Policy Foundation. And Pat Gordon is an attorney who specializes in business, corporate, and tax law. All received degrees at Tech. And by the way, the House Bill 1522 passed the House this week and would clear the way for Midwestern State Wichita Falls to become the 5th member of the Texas Tech University system. It's expected to be voted through and essentially just gives the go-ahead to act on the memorandum of understanding between the two schools that's been in place since last May. All right, and let's take 5 good minutes to chat with our friend Clinton Gill, who's a teacher liaison with the Texas Education Association, has been for quite some time through this area. Let's see where we're at as far as school funding and everything else. And I guess, Clinton, the biggest thing with school funding is that fact that there's some $17 billion in federal stimulus money just sitting there, and Texas schools have seen very little to none of this money. Lawmakers say they need more guidance from the feds. The governor may have to end up deciding how this goes. How confident are you that this money is going to eventually get to the right place?
Right now, we're not confident at all. The legislators, both in the House and the Senate versions of the budget, have not included any of this billions of dollars in their budget. That equates to almost $112 million just for Lubbock ISD out here. And so we call upon the legislators and the governor to demand that this money get put into the school districts. Texas is the only state besides New York that is not giving this money to the school districts like the federal government intended. There's no reason to not give it to the school districts. They are in desperate need of being able to fund summer school programs, and if they cannot do that, the kids are already behind, and they're just going to fall further and further behind if we're not able to provide that summer learning program for them. And especially with post-COVID and trying to get everybody back acclimated to at least some sort of normalcy, right? Absolutely. The kids are very far behind because of COVID since last year, and we don't want to see that go any further. You know, one group at a rally recently at the Capitol called for maintaining the funding that was set forth in House Bill 3 in the last legislative session 2 years ago. How has that gone to this point? Positive thing? Yeah, most definitely it's been a positive injection of money into school districts. For many, many years we've been advocating that more and more funding needs to go into public schools. We were fearful that because of the downturn in the economy that the legislature would take away some of that funding that was committed for House Bill 3, but they have not, and so we're appreciative of that. And they just need to continue to fund that appropriately so that the school districts can do what they need and hire the resources that they need in order to better prepare students for graduating. You know, and there's been a call as well to not continue the hold harmless situation that we've had from pandemic enrollment drops that we've seen in schools. And I don't think parents realize a lot what that means for not just the kids but the districts themselves. Can you explain how the hold harmless thing works? Yeah, so districts are funded based on the average daily attendance of students, and so during this pandemic the TEA has decided, thankfully, to continue to fund schools based on the prior year's enrollment, because every school district in the entire state has seen a major decrease in student enrollment because many parents are just choosing not to send their kids to school. And so our hope is that the parents will send their kids back for sure next year, but the legislature will and TEA will fully fund public schools based on what we know needs to be there, because if we take away hold harmless right now, school districts all across the state would literally lose millions of dollars, which will result in teacher layoffs, support staff layoffs, and programs being cut, much like we saw just a few years ago when the legislature cut almost $5 billion from public school funding. Can't have it. You know, also another area where schools and teachers can be penalized is through poor STAR testing. And lo and behold, we tried to do it the other day and had more server trouble, which delayed everything.
What's the better answer if we have to go ahead and take these things? Is it just going back to pencil and paper and doing it that way?
Yeah, we've long advocated for not to have the STAR test or any type of standardized testing, but we know the state is never going to go down that route anytime soon. So we fully advocate for the paper and pencil. We prefer a pre and a post test, maybe one at test at the beginning of the year, one at the end to measure how much growth has occurred. But one test on one day, especially with it being online, is not the answer. And legislators are trying their hardest to make all tests be online within the next couple of years. And we've seen just with this one test, it's a disaster. And so we don't want to go down that road with multiple tests online.
Surely not. You know, let's talk teacher safety a little bit in our final few minutes here. It means a lot more now than I think it used to. Vaccine availability grows, but we still don't have set guidelines for child vaccines. Where do teachers stand on that? How do they feel from a safety standpoint with COVID?
Well, in a recent survey that Lubbock ISD did, and we've done as well, teachers continuously ask for the mask to stay on. It's a hot topic. We know that. I'm ready to get rid of the mask just like everybody else is. But we also know that children are more and more becoming the spreaders now that adults have been vaccinated. And so what we hope is that during this time, everybody can get vaccinated that wants to be, and Lubbock's done an excellent job of doing that. And so we're kind of to the point where we can get back to some normalcy in the schools. But elsewhere across the state, that's not the case, because we've got major problems with vaccine rollout elsewhere. But here, we feel very confident that our teachers are ready to take that next step and get back to some normalcy.
Good. And you know, we talked on the news this week about a bill requiring that classrooms include some sort of lockdown panic button. Similar to what would be a fire alarm, I guess, which sounds great. Lubbock has been right in front of this. They already have all that, but not a lot of our other districts do. Do teachers think this is a good idea?
Yeah, I think we've seen increasing, unfortunately, discipline issues, not only here in Lubbock, but all across the state, and then, quite frankly, the nation, with just a school shooting just this week. Yeah. And so being able to get immediate help, because so many of our classrooms don't have phones or radios where they can get in touch with somebody. So being able to press a button to immediately sound an alarm in the office so that people know that there's an issue and it needs to be dealt with. We fully support it, but it's got to be funded by the state. Yeah. They cannot expect the school districts to fund it because there's just no money for that right now.
Definitely so. Clinton Gill, the TEA liaison. Boy, it's always great to have you in here just to give us an update on where things stand. Come back soon. We'll talk again.
Most will. Appreciate it.